Hey y'all, this is the girl Nicole B Marie. I'm just gonna chime in for a minute. You know, I I just want to respond to repetitive messages that I receive. It's really heartbreaking to know that we are so programmed that we will believe negative information about ourselves before we believe anything positive. I get a lot of people that are constantly inquiring about, you know, even how and why I've made, transitions in my own personal life. However, I'm always just really more amused about how people are making transitions in their own lives. And yes, we can look at other people and be inspired. However, never allow yourself to get so caught up in with what famous people or people that have some type of political standing, or even myself. Don't get so caught up in what other people outside are doing before you really take a chance to look at your own accomplishments, the things that you have achieved in your own lives. We've all fight our own personal battles. We all go through different trials and tribulations, and the the glory is that we can all come out stronger and wiser on the other side. So it's just saddened that we will question, like even when a person be like, "Oh, you're beautiful," or "Great job," or "Hey, you did that." You know what I'm saying? We're like quick to be like, "Oh, that was nothing," or downplay it, or not acknowledge our own success behind our actions, or even our sacrifices sometimes. However, we're quick to hear it and get hurt and get our emotions involved when someone speaks down about us, our negative, or even those little voices. A lot of us grew up in households where verbal abuse was definitely in the play, and sometimes those voices still play back over our heads and our minds. Even myself, I grew up in a household that was very negative. However, and not to say I don't hear them voices, but I choose to not listen to them. So my encouragement is, you might hear negativity. However, choose not to listen to them. Know that you are, a conqueror, that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. You can make any mountain move. It's written and it's proof. We have many things in front of us to show that these things can be accomplished. All you have to do is set your mind to it. It's hard to set your mind to things when you are constantly allowing the negativity around you to inflict your spirit more than a positive. So, man, just sometimes it's great that I can be an inspiration to people. It's great that TD Jakes can inspire you. It's great that the pastors on your timeline can give you inspiration and motivate your spirit and uplift you. However, there comes a point where you have to acknowledge that this battle is not yours, it is God's. But you have to inspire yourself. You have to take the battle for yourself. It's not my battle. The battle that you're fighting is not my battle. I'm still fighting my own. As I mentioned all the time, it's like I'm still in this. You are still in this. It's not over. We still have an opportunity to get it right. So allow the negativity to be muted. Allow the positive affirmations that sometimes you have to speak to yourself, because you're not always going to have a cheering squad. Allow those things to inflict your spirit rather than allowing the negativity to impose. So that's my message. And, it's just crazy because, I've been trying to get more interactive with you guys, but it's like a repetitive message. It's like people really, a lot of the times the questions that people are asking me, I'm reading in between the lines, and it's like we just really don't have enough confidence in ourselves, and we allow the negativity to just really beat us down. And it's sad. We will believe a lie before we are even willing to hear part of the truth. And the truth is that you are created by an awesome, awesome, awesome God. magnificent in all of his glory, and he does not make any mistakes. And therefore, you can accomplish everything that he designed for you to be. You know, he can he can give you insight on who you really are. The more you seek him, the more you will see what you were really designed to do in this world. And the more that you start seeing your greatness, as I mentioned earlier on my Instagram live, the more that you start seeing your greatness and believing in yourself, falling in love with yourself, then you will realize that a lot of the things that you intoxicate yourself with is not even worth it anymore. So the changes that you make in your life are a reflection of how you really start viewing yourself. So step out on faith and start believing in yourself. You know, it starts with you. What do you want for yourself? Okay? And acknowledging with God's strength, all things are possible. Okay? Because I know a lot of this new age stuff is, it's all about self, 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 self. You still got to step outside yourself and realize that now that I love myself, who gave me the gift of love? It came from somewhere. All right. So each one teach one, encourage yourself, and stop allowing toxic things to reflect out of you. Because it is really pouring out of some of you guys' pores. It's all down your timeline. All right. Peace, blessings, love you. Nicole B. Marie.